Yo, 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 what's up, StreamYard? We are here. We're live. My name is Nolan with Think Media, and we're going to be talking about growing your YouTube channel and how to actually grow fast on YouTube. I know a lot of you might be struggling with a very slow growth and you just seem to be going nowhere, or you're stuck, you've plateaued. We're going to go over the 7 secrets that I think you really need to consider and make sure that you're implementing. And so I want you guys to take notes and be thinking about these things. But you don't know who I am. My name is Nolan. I am a content creator at Think Media. And today I actually have our buddy Omar El Takori coming on the show with me. Omar, do you want to introduce yourself to the StreamYard fam? Let them know how long you've been at Think Media, what you do, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, what's up? My name is Omar El Takori, one of the content creators at Think Media, and been at Think Media since, I guess you could say, close to day 0. Now we have multiple content creators, but if you don't know what Think Media is, it's a channel where we share the best tips and tools on how to build your influence with online video and YouTube. And so sometimes we talk about the best cameras, like big old cameras like this, but also strategy. And it's been really cool coming in on StreamYard, doing live streams in the last few weeks, but excited to get into this content. I know it's going to be super helpful for those that are watching, whether you're on the live or on the replay.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited because, Omar, we're covering the YouTube Secrets book. And I remember picking up this book when the first edition came out. I don't know how many years ago that was, like maybe 3 years, 4. I don't know. It's kind of a while ago, but I just remember reading this book and I was like, this made like growing on YouTube so simple. And so I'm excited to kind of share basically what we're going to do is we're sharing the first half of the book goes over the 7 C's. And that's kind of what we're going to go over here. And Omar is going to be covering some of these 7 C's, talking about how to make money, talking about how to grow your community, how to stay consistent. And so I'm excited to jump into the very first one, which you need to do these in order, which the first one is courage. And so as we go through these, I want you guys to rate yourself 1 through 10 in each of these areas, and do this while we're live. We're checking the comments. I see you guys in here. We got Wipe Down TV. What is up? Thanks for joining us. We have the KMH family. Thank you. I hope you're having a good day too. And we got a bunch of people. We even got some people from Germany. That's really awesome. And so we just want to welcome everybody to the live stream. Rate yourself 1 through 10 and be honest. Okay. Be honest with yourself as we do this. But the very first one that we're going to be covering is courage. And this is one of those things that is so much easier said than done, because I don't know about you, but like when there's something you really want to do and there's a passion you really want to go after, typically there's this thing that kind of holds you back. It might be fear. It might be the, what people are going to think of you. And so I really want to you guys to start thinking about courage. What is it going to take for you to get the courage to actually get on YouTube and to press record? And I love this quote by Zig Ziglar, and it says, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. If you're feeling discouraged, go watch some of Think Media's first YouTube videos. They are not the best. You'll see Sean, who is the CEO and founder of Think Media, making videos that are just like not at the standard that we have today. And so go find some of your creators, go to their oldest videos and see kind of what their videos look like. And that's been something for me that's helped given me the courage to be like, I don't got to be great just starting out. I just need to start messy. And that's kind of helped me get the ball going. And so ask yourself, how do I build my confidence on camera? What can you do that can help you build confidence? Maybe that's having a wider angle lens and just kind of being a bit farther away from the camera. Maybe it's actually holding the camera and going vlog style, and you're more comfortable with that. Maybe it's not even showing your face at all. You can start a faceless YouTube channel, and maybe you're comfortable talking, but you don't want to show your face on camera. Be thinking about, what is it going to take for me to start messy? Not to just be great, but what is it going to take for me to build up the courage to just get started? And be honest with yourself when it comes to those questions. Because at the end of the day, if you never press record, you can never actually start posting content on YouTube. It like makes sense, right? But a lot of people just never even press record. They never even decide to turn on that camera, to pull up their phone, to hit that record button. And so be thinking, to yourself, what is it going to take for me to press record or to come up with a video idea, and start at the very beginning and don't get overwhelmed. Start with the courage of, you know what, I can do this. Other people can do this. And little fun fact for you guys, right now is the best time to go full in on YouTube. It has never been a better time. I mean, I love what Sean says. He says the best time was like 2005. The next best time is right now. And like at Think Media, we want to start new channels. We're not like, YouTube is still thriving. There's still more people joining every single day. And so we're not telling you, hey, you should make a YouTube channel. And like, we're not making new YouTube channels. We're sticking with our old stuff. No, we're also wanting to make new YouTube channels, more new YouTube content. And so just like us, to start, sometimes what you need to do is just stop overthinking. So we're going to be covering the secrets, and the next 6 are going to be really practical for how to actually grow fast. And Omar's going to cover this next one. But I do want you guys to be thinking about courage, because that is the first thing you need to do before you get into all the YouTube tactics, which
Right.
Omar is going to cover the
I
first
just
YouTube
I did
tactic.
want to ask them, ask the people watching a question. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers? Would love to know in the comments. Like, who do you love to just follow on YouTube? Let us know in the comments. I think we all have our kind of favorite YouTubers. I think the encouraging thought here is that every single one that you deem your favorite, or that you think is legit or professional, literally started from zero. Like, it just goes to show that like the playing field has been leveled, because just turning a camera on is just where you need to start. But I think that just encourages me when you watch your favorite YouTuber, watch them back and go to their old videos, and you're like, dang, everyone had to start from somewhere. So I think that that's super helpful to grow in your courage on camera, and you can't replace the idea of creating videos other than just doing that. I watch my videos. One of the biggest life hacks is to just watch yourself as game tape, and that's how you level up too. Getting better with your communication and what have you. Dr. Young, we got favorite YouTubers are Slice and Rice. We love them. They've been incredible seeing their journey too. Think Media is
Hey.
my favorite VRA fan. But let's get into this
Awesome.
next C. I want to get into this next C, and the next C is clarity. Clarity. It is so important that you always, throughout the entire process of growing a YouTube channel, that you have the end in mind at every level. If it's the end in mind of this video that you're creating, you have the end in mind with the channel itself. And so I would ask you, what is your end goal with your YouTube channel? What is your end goal? I had somebody come up to me at church this Sunday, and he was like, "Hey, Omar, I want to start a YouTube channel, and I don't really know where to start." But I'm thinking, something. It was kind of random, as a lot of people do. It was just something kind of random, and I asked him, I'm like, "What do you want from this?" Like, don't just throw random darts, to a random wall, but like, are you trying to build a business from this? Is this something you're passionate about? But I definitely think asking the question, what is your end goal, is so important, because that's what's going to keep you going. If you have the clarity on why you even start in the first place, it's going to be so important. And so here's another couple more questions I want you to ask yourself in regards to, like, what is your end goal? Who is your target audience? Who are you actually wanting to reach? What do they think about? What age range are there? Are they? I always like to encourage people and creators to actually write this person down. Give them a name, and what season of life are they in? What are their biggest challenges? What are the top 20 to 30 questions are they asking? And that's going to help you create content. Next question I want to ask you is, what is your value proposition? If you can't articulate to me, I think in one sentence, what your channel is about, then I would deem your channel confusing. When we popped in on this live stream, I said, Think Media exists to help people grow their influence with online video with the best tips and tools on how to do so. That's it. That is our value proposition. That's what Think Media is about. That's the box we play from. So I want you to write these questions down, and I hope that you're taking notes, because I think these are very powerful questions. And one encouragement that I have for you is this: that different is better than better. Bible says comparison is the thief of joy. And I don't want to compare myself to somebody else's middle or end, because that's going to crush your ability to actually start creating content. But you are what YouTube needs. YouTube needs you. And so if you're truly you, you're going to have a different angle, just simply because of your experiences and your background and your knowledge and what you've gone through is why your channel is actually going to be better than somebody else's channel who's doing similar like content, just because you are the variable, right? You are the great variable when it comes to YouTube. So never feel like it's too late to start, but it is important to know that you need that clarity to get started. You need the end from the beginning. And going back to like the whole process in and of itself, like when I create a video, we have the title in mind. It's not something that we whip up after we make the video. It's like, no, I know the title of the video before I even shoot it, having the end in mind. Clarity. We also have the thumbnail in mind before we create a video, or at least options. Our thumbnail is going to be along the lines of these 3 options. We're going to make a couple thumbnails, but again, starting with the end in mind, because clarity is going to help you win in the long run, because you shouldn't be like guess. It's not a guessing game. This should be a clear game. And so having the end in mind is key. And we always like to say this at Think Media, that prior planning prevents poor performance. So having everything you can do as much as you can with the end in mind is going to help you grow. And so Nolan's going to tackle this next C. But again, we're talking about the YouTube Secrets book, essentially some of these topics that are found in this book. And we actually have free bonuses if you'd like to check it out at tubesecretsbook.com. But Nolan would love to know this next C.
Yes, that's great. I mean, starting with clarity, it helps you also just have direction when you're making decisions, because if you're doing it for a hobby, you're going to make different decisions than if you're doing it for a business. And so that's, I love that we just tackled clarity. The next thing that I want to talk about here is your channel. And so we got your YouTube channel, which basically is your home for your content. And so when you are posting videos, this is your home. This YouTube channel is your home. And remember that you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And so I want you to put yourself in the shoes of the viewer. When they see your video, if they click on your channel, think about that experience for that viewer. How many videos are there? How often are you posting? What's your banner say? What does your profile picture look like? These are things that you can edit inside the YouTube studio. And we have a ton of tutorials on how to do all of that and use free stuff like canva.com to make banners and show you tutorials on how to fill out the description, all that kind of stuff on your channel. But this is your home, and you are making an impression. And so you do need to be thinking not just about the clarity of your channel. And of course, that's going to come through with clarity in content, clarity in your thumbnails, clarity in everything that goes from there. But you also need to optimize your actual channel page. And so we're going to be, let's take a look at Think Media. So as I pull this up right here, this is our channel at Think Media. When someone clicks, they're looking, how often are they posting? 4 hours ago, 2 days ago, 4 days ago, 5 days, 6 days, 8 days. People see that we post a lot. And so they are like, you know what? I want to get, daily videos on how to, build my influence with online video. I'm going to subscribe. And so if you're someone who maybe you posted one video and it's been 4 months, just know that, yes, that video could be still getting views, but as a viewer clicks on your channel to see what else you have, if you just have one video or you just have a couple videos and it's been a year or two since you've been posting, people aren't going to subscribe, not nearly as much as if you are posting more consistently and you're updating, or even if your banner is kind of up to date, and all these things you can do on the back end just by optimizing your channel. So I want you to rate yourself in the comments right now, 1 through 10. Do you need to optimize your channel? Do you need to update the description, the banner, maybe your logo? Be thinking about this, because this is your first impression. And this is also then going to lead into them looking into your content, which Omar's going to be covering content, which I think, Omar, content's got to be one of the, I know all these are important, but content's like really, really important. The whole point of YouTube is for people to watch videos. And so I would say this is like be taking notes on this, because content really, really matters when it comes to actually growing on YouTube.
No, 100. And quite honestly, we say content is king. Like, it all boils down to the content in it of itself. And this is honestly how smaller YouTubers are being discovered, or smaller channels. And it's honestly because their content is just hitting. But I wanted to kind of make this simple. I don't want to, this shouldn't be a complex or even like ethereal idea, but essentially, YouTube is all about the viewer. All YouTube is trying to do is get the viewer to stay on the platform, and they do that by serving them videos. Now, I would say a viewer comes on YouTube with essentially one of two objectives. They're either coming on YouTube to, number one, be entertained, and then number two, to be educated. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world alongside Google. Google owns YouTube, but people, whether they're putting it in the search bar, looking for something to do. Have you ever done that? Maybe change your oil, learn how to cook something, maybe try to start a YouTube channel, maybe finding out what camera you need to, make videos. You're searching things on YouTube. That's one way people are coming on YouTube for educational purposes. And the first way is by entertainment purposes. So there's actually two ways to approach YouTube. You can be an entertaining channel or an educational channel, and you can also be a hybrid. If you had the best of both worlds, it would be your content is both entertaining and educational. That, I think, is just like a perfect recipe, because that's how you win on YouTube. And really, if I could boil this down to one word, so I boiled it down to two things, but if I could boil it down to one word, it's going to be value. At the end of the day, does the videos you create bring value to the viewer? Like I said, YouTube is all about the viewer, and the creator who understands the viewer best wins. Going kind of back to clarity here a little bit, but if you're creating valuable content, you can go to sleep at night. If you can say that video I just uploaded, although it took a lot, although it took me hours to edit and hours to shoot, man, that video is helpful. I can go to sleep at night. Like, don't worry about the outcome of a video. Just worry about the outputs that you can control. You can't really control the outcome of videos, especially with YouTube's algorithm and stuff like that. There's some things you can do for sure, title, thumbnail, and then all that stuff. But like, at the end of the day, YouTube will, take your video and get it to the right people. And that's all that you can really control is your outputs. And we're going to talk about consistency in a little bit, but I just wanted to kind of boil this down when it came to content. What kind of channel are you going for? And are you more of an entertaining channel, or are you more of an education channel? I would love to know. I would say not one is better than the other. Free Spirit says education. Free Spirit says education. We have small, Go Giga Creations, the small screen is one of the best offered layouts for screen sharing on StreamYard. Amen. That's true. So we have education. Would like to know what kind of stuff are you creating on your channel? Are you educational or entertaining? Would love to know. And really, that's that like, if you keep the content in mind and make videos for a people, it'll lead to community, which is what Nolan's going to talk about now.
Yeah, that's awesome. And as I'm going to be also kind of flying through community, and I know there's probably a lot that you're taking notes on. Just know there's a whole book on this stuff that goes in way more in depth on these things. If you guys want to learn more, this is from the YouTube Secrets book. And so we are kind of teaching on this, which is kind of the first half of the book, which is these 7 secrets. The next one's community. And this is very, very important for YouTube. And I just saw this study. I wish maybe I'll pull it up later in the live stream, but I just saw this study that basically Google came out and they ran some studies, and they saw that people who were more interested in like a hobby, they're more likely to click on a video that shares a similar interest, aka community with similar interest. They were more likely to click on a video that had a similar interest to what they had than clicking on a video that had like an authority celebrity figure in it. Because a lot of us think, oh, let's just throw, let's get, in our thumbnail like a celebrity or something, and that can work sometimes. But actually, what we're finding out just through data is that people want to be in community. People are clicking more on videos that share these niche communities, these niche hobbies. We're seeing a lot of people even in our video ranking academy and people that we are working with. They have plant channels, they have sewing channels, home cooking. There's all these communities that are being built through YouTube. And I think it's just such a great place to build community. And one of the things that I think is highly underrated for building community is going live. And so I want to shout out StreamYard because that is what we're using right now. And I did see a few comments of people saying, I thought this was Think Media. What is StreamYard? And so we're on StreamYard right now. This is the StreamYard YouTube channel. And this said, wait, what is StreamYard? I thought I was on Think Media. So yes, we are Think Media. We are live streaming on StreamYard, and StreamYard is a live streaming service that makes it really, really easy to pull up comments like that and show them just with a click. You can pull this up, and also, if you want to try it out for free and get 2 weeks for free of StreamYard, go to streamwiththink.com. And this person responded, StreamYard is the live stream platform being used right now. So that's what we're using to go live. And I think it's a really underrated tactic for building community because you're able to answer questions live, which is what we're going to be doing after we go through these 7 secrets. Stay tuned. We want to answer your questions for your specific YouTube channels. And so Omar and I are really excited to get into that. But for building community, going live, talking to your audience, answering their questions is such a great way to actually build community with them. And another thing about building community is you want to make sure that you're listening to your community. And that usually happens in comments or DMs, and actually just being aware and going through your comments and reading what do people think of this video? What do people think of this topic is a great way to figure out what does your community actually like? What do they want? And when we talked about clarity earlier, when Omar was talking about clarity, this is a great way to really dial in the clarity for your channel based on serving your audience. Something you can do is just reply to your comments. A lot of people, I know at Think Media, we get tons of comments every single day. I try every once in a while to just go in there and to respond to as many comments as I can in those videos, because it really matters and people are asking questions and I want to be a help. And a really easy way to do that is just by replying to people's YouTube comments and then surprise and wow. What can you do that would actually wow them? Maybe if they follow you on Instagram, you just send them a quick message, DM, and you're on YouTube, right? And you're growing your YouTube channel. People are going to want to follow you everywhere. Your community is kind of going to be centered. It could be centered around you. And so what can you do to kind of go above and beyond? Maybe it is to go live on StreamYard and do a live stream where you go in depth, you answer their questions. That can be a thing that can really surprise your audience and be like, wow, this person's spending the time with me live to answer my questions, to talk through what it is, your channel is about. And so be thinking and writing those things down. How can you actually do that? The next C in this is cash. And Omar is going to be talking about some ways you can actually make money with your YouTube channel, which I love these conversations. And as Omar starts talking about this too, keep dropping your comments on these 7 C's or just on YouTube in general. I already have a few of them saved that you guys have asked, so thank you for dropping those in. But drop those YouTube comments. We're going to be answering those after we go through these next 3 C's. And Omar, talk to us a bit about cash.
Cash, man. We don't want to forget about the monies. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to put in all this hard work and you get no results from it. YouTube is a great way to create a side or part-time income, and even more so a full-time income. And, being a content creator is one of the fastest small business growth types of businesses. Like one of the fastest growing small business types is actually content creation, stepping in, getting in front of cameras, sharing your knowledge. And that is because we live in a world where digital card swiping is a real thing. You don't even have to swipe your card anymore. You can just hit buy and you bought something. It's incredible. But I just wanted to kind of break down and make it maybe the 3 top ways people are making money on YouTube. Number 1 is Google AdSense. It's by Google themselves, YouTube themselves, paying you to make videos, and this is unlocked when you hit 1,000 subscribers and 400 watch hours, if I'm not mistaken. But once you hit this kind of like threshold on YouTube, then you can unlock monetization on your channel. Now, a lot of people make this the goal. That like the goal is to get monetized on YouTube, but you can actually, create an income indirectly from YouTube. So, AdSense would be a very direct way to make money on YouTube. But I would say the second way you can actually make money on YouTube is by brand deals and sponsorships. Brand deals and sponsorship. This is when companies, brands pay you to create videos around products and services, or maybe software. And sometimes this, will result in a check, for making a video. Sometimes it can result in a partnership. And I think there's a fallacy to think that you need a huge YouTube channel to actually do brand deals and sponsorships. That's a huge lie, because when you have a very specific value proposition, remember we talked about clarity, when you know what your channel is actually about, companies are willing to work with what are called micro influencers, people that don't have a huge following, but have a strong following. You don't have to have the masses, more or less. You just need a strong few when it comes to your community that actually listen to what you have to say. And so therefore, you don't need a huge following to do brand deals. Does it help? Sure, as you grow over time. But if you put in the work to find those companies and those brands, maybe they're in startup mode. Maybe they're looking for people, to demonstrate their products and things like that, or services. You could work with brands and sponsors to actually fund your YouTube channel. And that's an indirect way. The third indirect way would be affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing. This is when you get a cut for selling something, right? So this isn't necessarily brand deals or sponsorships, because you don't necessarily need the permission from a brand or a sponsor to sign up for an affiliate program. You do need to actually sign up for an affiliate program. But essentially what this means is, in YouTube, there's the description box. And if I make a video around a camera and I say, hey, if you want to check out the, more specs and more information on this camera, just check out the link down in the description below. And that'll lead to a page where you can buy the camera. And for us, we do a lot of Amazon affiliate marketing. And here's the cool thing about affiliate marketing. A person doesn't need to actually buy the camera I'm reviewing in order for me to make money, because most affiliate programs have what is called a cookie, right? I know it sounds weird, but like when you click on an Amazon affiliate link, like in a creator's description, you have 24 hours for whatever they buy in that time period, you get a cut of. So even though you clicked on the Amazon link to check out the camera in detail, but you went ahead and bought that Dyson vacuum, Think Media will get a cut of that Dyson vacuum. Isn't that a crazy thought? So here, I just want to paint this picture that if you have a library of videos, if you do a video a week, that's 52 videos. So a year from now, you have 52 videos that point to a affiliate link or multiple affiliate links. Can you imagine the power and over time, how that can grow over time? That's insane. Like then get into the thousands and it gets really crazy. You got thousands of videos all pushing toward Adobe affiliates. And just so you could see this example, this is one of the descriptions of one of our latest videos on the channel. And you could see all those links that I listed in this video that was entitled Cool YouTube Studio Gear and Accessories Under $50. And people love this stuff. I would deem this this is like modern day QVC, where you can actually just you don't need a television network station. You can just turn on a camera, review specific products, or even just talk about them. In this case, I'm not really even reviewing products. I'm literally sitting at a table and I'm just talking about some affordable tech options to use to create videos. And so this is affiliate marketing. So those are the 3 ways that you can make money on YouTube, really just in a basic way. It could stem out so much further. You could start speaking on stages and doing live events and doing workshops and things like that. But for the most part, you have paid, AdSense, where Google pays you for your channel and the ads they run on your videos. Then you have brand deals and sponsorships, and then you have affiliate marketing. And so those are some ways that you can create cash from your channel.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love talking about making money because it's awesome. And YouTube's such a great way really to make a lot of passive income, with that, even that video that you share that you just did, that is going to continue to make and generate revenue every single day for years. Like
Right.
that's just crazy to me. And I love that idea. Can you talk about this real quick, Omar? Ashan Sharma says it's very hard to stay consistent if you don't love what you do. And I think, it kind of is a consistency question, which we're going to be talking about next. But I think even as people do want to make money, what are your thoughts when like someone's like, I want to do this to make money, but I don't love it? Are they in the wrong thing, or is there a way they can love it? I don't know if you have any advice when it comes to that.
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of like the answer to this in simple terms is self-awareness. Like, if you don't know yourself well enough to actually go about this, video journey and creating videos and stuff, you're gonna run dry. And so this is one way we like to say it. Reasons come before results. So having a big enough why is going to help you stay in the long game. And when you don't feel like making videos, which, dude, that happens so much. I would say at least once every month or a week every month, I don't feel like actually making videos. But it's the bigger reason. Like, we're helping a lot of people start, an online business and start creating YouTube videos, and that it's very rewarding. But that's a deep enough reason. And so we always like we say, is reasons become before results. But know yourself if you do anything for money, it'll always die quick, and if you do anything to get rich quick, that'll also die quick, because you're going to be frustrated at, the fact that it's actually not going to happen at the speed you anticipated for. But that's what I would encourage you with, is just to grow in your self-awareness a little bit, know why you're doing this. And if you can come up with a deep enough reason, I promise you will start to see results.
That's really good, Omar. And so we're going to be talking about consistency. And I think part of that is loving what you do. Like, find a YouTube channel where you actually enjoy talking about the thing you're talking about, because one of the easiest ways to stay consistent is if you like just actually love it. Like, I actually love YouTube. I love video creation. I love cameras and lenses and lighting and storytelling and filmmaking. And so for me, it's a lot easier to stay consistent. And when you actually are talking about that anyways, I'm like, might as well talk about it with Omar on a live stream. Like, Omar and I, if we're sitting at a coffee shop, we're probably talking about YouTube at some point anyways, because we just love the creator economy. We're talking about how to make money online. We're talking about these things anyways. So ask yourself, like, what am I talking to my family about? What am I talking to my friends about? What am I watching on YouTube that I just like? Maybe your friends aren't really into that little community, but you're like, I got my community on YouTube or whatever social media platform you're in that community. That's going to make it really much easier to stay consistent. And so I love that what you can do is create smart systems that help you stay consistent. And so I have two really cool things that you can do that I think are going to help you guys stay really, really consistent. Number one, it's schedule everything in advance. So you can actually upload your YouTube videos so that they drop every single week. But even before that, you want to put it on your calendar, shoot days. When am I shooting content? Schedule on your calendar. When am I going to be writing the scripts? When am I going to be working on the thumbnails? Schedule everything out. And this is going to help you stay consistent because you're blocking that time, and you just got to stick to the schedule and you're going to stay consistent. And of course, that's so much easier said than done, but it really helps. Like, make a reoccurring event on your Google Calendar, on your Apple Calendar, that is dedicated for YouTube content creation, and that's going to help you stay consistent. Another thing that you can do is batch shoot your videos. So Omar had a really cool live stream, I believe it was last week, where he was talking about how you can create 10 YouTube videos in an hour. And that's what we kind of call batch shooting. Now, he was talking about actually recording a video podcast and then cutting up clips, which is a fantastic strategy for going on YouTube. But what you can do if you don't have a podcast, sit down, instead of recording one video, see if you can record 2 videos. And then over time, can you record 3 videos, 4 videos? And this is going to save you so much time because you don't have to set up your lights, set up your microphone, set up your camera every single week. Maybe you do it once and you get 4 videos out and you just have to do that once a month. That's going to save you a lot of time. You could change your shirt if you wanted to look a little bit different in each video, or you could just wear the same shirt and just record 4 videos and people probably don't even care anyways. And so those 2 things I think are major hacks for staying consistent on YouTube. And I did want to share very quickly a really cool tool that can not only just show you, this tool is going to show you what time your viewers are most active on YouTube. You can also see this for free in the YouTube studio, but there's a lot of cool tools in vidIQ that we love to use. And if you're not using vidIQ, this not only will help you stay consistent by coming up with new, YouTube video ideas, and we just use it for a lot of different ways, but you can try it 30 days for free on a paid plan at vidiq.com/think. And that's one of, like, anytime someone's new to YouTube and they're asking me and they want to get serious, I always recommend vidIQ because it is just kind of a game changer when it comes to all the stuff that it shows you. And one last thing as we talk about consistency is YouTube is a marathon and not a sprint. Okay. If you are just sprinting out of the gate with this YouTube journey, you're probably going to get gassed. Okay. You're going to get a mile in, you're going to be gassed, and you're going to want to lay down and drink some water and probably not go running again. Maybe that's just me, but remember, this is a marathon. Like, slow down. What's one thing you can do each day? Like, look at your schedule. What's one thing you can do each day? What's one thing you can do each week so that you can actually keep the ball moving with your channel? And I want to bring Omar on to talk about this because one of the things that I think a lot of people are going to be asking is, okay, I should be consistent. Does that mean once a week? Does that mean twice a week? Does that mean once a month? And so I know you're thinking it. And so I kind of want to give my 2 cents. I want to hear what Omar thinks. But at the end of the day, what Omar and I both will agree on is whatever works for you. If it's once a month, we've seen YouTube channels blow up and they're just posting once a month. I mean, Mark Rober, his videos are like literally insanely good, amazing. But like, he's posting once a month. There are people who succeed in that. There are people like Think Media. We're posting 5 times a day. But I mean, Omar, maybe you can even talk about like the team behind that and like right. What is realistic if you don't have a team and it's just someone. What are your thoughts on consistency?
Yeah. By the way, 5 times a week. If we did 5 times a day, me and Nolan would actually, we'd be gassed and we'd be drinking water and laying down on the floor. No, but yeah, like 5 times a week in addition to a short. So as far as like Think Me, like for us to actually produce what we produce, again, it kind of goes back to systems. We have a system, myself. I'm responsible to getting 2 videos shot a week, and Nolan the same. And then we have our podcast channel that kind of is another fuel of content because Sean and Heather will sit down and talk about something in depth, and we could take moments from that podcast or live stream and then re-release it on our YouTube channel. But we just have strong systems to do that. But I think just going back to consistency being the only rule, being that it is just what you can be consistent at, and whatever you commit to consistently, just do your best at it. So if you are making 1 video a month, I would say go all in on your 1 video.
Yeah.
So that 1 video would be as strong as you can possibly make it. Now, maybe you have the time to actually, and the skill set and the skill level when it comes to editing video and shooting the videos and scripting it out and stuff to actually get a video a week. And maybe you could sit down and do what we call batching, right? Where you could sit down once and create multiple videos, then do that to the best of your ability. But I think that just comes based on your decision. But the key here is to commit to consistency, not just be consistent, right? Like, no, you got to commit though. I would even say, put your money where your mouth is and put it in your YouTube banner. New videos every first Monday of the month. fresh videos every Wednesday of the week or whatever, whatever it is. And it'll actually help you kind of, and you can actually say it in your videos too, which gives people a reason to come back to your channel or look forward to other content you have to create. But it definitely just comes back to you and whatever works for you in regards to consistency.
100%. And one thing I just want to add on this topic too. Let me know what you think about this, Omar. But something I've been thinking about is like one of the trends that I see for the people who do succeed and post a lot less, their videos, like I'm just being honest, their videos are very good. They like, you'll see these channels, like Mark Rober that we were talking about. He posts once a month, but like they go viral every single time. I think Mr. Beast, he's not posting every day. He's not even posting every week. My point is, I think if you do, if you're just getting started, yes, find what works for you. But if eventually, I do think it's good to post once a week. Eventually, once you have the team or the time or the money or whatever it takes to do that. But that being said, if you do still want to post like once a month, I would focus on really making sure it's a quality video. Because at the end of the day, if you post one video once a month, or let's just say you post 12 videos for the year and half of them just tank, and this is like your salary, and you're banking on AdSense, that's not very good. And so there's a lot more room for failure the more you post. And so I kind of just want to throw that disclaimer in there. But yeah.
And honestly, that's kind of why I err toward helping people build educational channels, because it's kind of, it's easy. I think if you're a teacher at your heart, or you're an expert at some subject matter, that you can teach easily, a concept, an idea, or something, or the tutorial. And it doesn't take as much to entertain, when I just think about somebody trying to entertain somebody, you're talking all the bells and whistles. And I would even go like, as far as Mr. Beast goes, yes, on his main channel, they do like one upload a week, but it's like at a crazy level. However, he has a React channel that they upload multiple times a week, because it's a little, they've created a process and a system that would allow them to do more uploads to a separate channel. So everyone's trying to upload more, and that should be kind of your goal. But just dedicate your season to what it is you want to commit to, with the intentions to eventually scale it and reinvest back in your channel.
100%. That's amazing. So those are the 7 C's. We want to get into answering some of your guys' YouTube questions. And so right now we already have a few that we are going to get going on, but be dropping those questions. We're going to be saving those and answering those these next 15 minutes. So drop those. Omar and I are going to do our best to answer as many as we can, but there are a few comments I want to highlight. I did notice that we do have some love coming in from India. What is up? Really appreciate everybody watching right now. We got all the viewers tuning in. We're going to be answering your questions. Thank you all for the kind words. We see that the 10 videos in an hour was a massive unlock. So I'm really cool. It's really cool to see that people are actually just really finding unlocks with this. But to get into some of these questions, I have one somewhere over here. Oh, here's a great one to start us off, because I think a lot of people. So the question is, how may I promote my channel with only 2 subscribers? I think there's a few things that you could try doing, but if you don't have a lot of subs right now, Omar, do you want to? What would be like? What's one tip someone can do if they have literally 2 subscribers to start getting traction on their videos?
I definitely, my recommendation is to just make videos that are evergreen, or I essentially have a life beyond you publishing it. So I would say make search-based videos. Make videos that are answering a specific question, are talking about a specific product, because you right now don't have the influence, but either the question that you're answering has the influence, or the product that you're talking about has the influence. And that's kind of how you can, get YouTube to actually promote your videos. I would argue that you have a world of people in life, whether it's friends and family and stuff. I mean, this is just a basic tip, but like, let them know that you got this YouTube channel and like show you some love. But they're actually not going to like stay on and constantly support you. So I don't do that all the time. However, you can let people know, get that 2 subscribers up to like 10 subscribers. But at the end of the day, where you are in a perfect season. So if there's anyone here that like is struggling because you don't have that many subscribers. I even see Jolissa, you know, every time I go live, I have like 1 viewer. Here's what I would encourage you with. Use your season of obscurity to prepare you for popularity. So like I mentioned, every creator that you love and that you deem famous or that you think is professional YouTuber, they had to start with 0 subscribers. They had to start with 1 person on their live stream. But you getting in front of just 1 person is going to hone your skills, and you're going to get better. And then when the hundreds and the thousands start watching, you're going to be a natural, and people are going to be like, "Dang, they're just so good on a live stream." Well, when I had 1 person viewing my live stream, I was giving it my all. And so I would say to just be grateful for this season. Don't despise small beginnings, and use this season to actually level up your communication, level up your content. And when it comes to live streaming and getting nobody on the live stream, always make live streams with the intention for the person to watch it after the live stream. So that's why Nolan opened up this live stream with a clear hook, just to make sure that you know what to expect. And that when somebody clicks on this video later on, when they get off of work or tomorrow, they're going to get met with the expectation of the video, because Nolan was clear on the hook. And then we get into the content, but we're thinking about how this video is going to then be watched after the live stream. So just keep at it, create videos that rank in search and or that will get you in front of people, like I mentioned with the content.
I want to add one thing to that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Omar, I'm going to pull up the example that you were just referencing, but like, well, actually I think you were talking about this video, but Omar went live last week on StreamYard. And what's really cool is this live stream has a great title. It's like we talked about, he goes over really in depth on how to create 10 YouTube videos in 1 hour, and really good thumbnail. But check out this, 6,000 views on StreamYard. Omar, how many people tuned in though when you were live streaming? Because some people are like, is it worth to go live if I only have 1 viewer live? Like, tell me, were 6,000 people tuned into this video, or like what was the process?
No, I think concurrent viewership while we were live was probably where we're at right now, which is like around 70 or so people were on the live stream at the time of the live stream itself. And this live stream has now taken on a life, you know? And so where I saw the number 70 while I was doing this teaching, we refreshed the page 1 week later and you're getting 6,200. So just, I think, it's just a testament of being able to just talk about something that has value beyond its live stream.
100%. I would definitely say also go watch that training, because like what we're talking about right now, like, well, you might be asking now, how should I start my live stream? To rank it, how should I do this, do that? Literally all that stuff we cover in this. And it's just so cool because we're talking about making clips, but we're talking about live streams and going live on StreamYard. And it's like, it works. The stuff we're talking about works. And so I love that example. We're going to leave links to those videos. There was a question. Let me pull it up. Someone said, how do you get more subscribers? I want you, when this live stream is over, to watch it one more time, to take notes, or to just go buy YouTube Secrets, because I'm telling you, these 7 C's in this book, it is, if you're just getting started, this is the most simple way for you to just actually grow a community, to actually grow a YouTube channel, is by following these steps and doing them in order. So Super J Gaming, you got this. Start with these 7 C's, start with courage and move on from there. I think you should go pick up the YouTube Secrets book, because stick to it. And I promise you it works. And so, Omar, I don't know if you have a question, but we got a few more questions coming in. People are still dropping them, but I
got one. Yeah. Let's answer this. How important is a channel trailer? I like to say it like this: a channel trailer is like a free upload. You know, I encourage people to start a YouTube channel with at least 5 videos. And then people are like, well, what 5 videos? Well, I mean, one of those videos could be a channel trailer. But in regards to how important it is, I think it's not totally important. You know, our channel trailer on Think Media isn't like your quintessential channel trailer. It's probably just the most clear video based around what our channel is about. It's how to make a YouTube video. Is our channel trailer. So I think it's important to just set a video as a channel trailer, so that when somebody new comes on your channel, they kind of know what to expect on your channel. But if you can take a Saturday and just talk about what your channel is about, how often you plan on, uploading content, and a little bit about yourself, I think it'd be a good idea, because video is the great digital handshake. And essentially your channel trailer is saying, hey, my name is this. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here, essentially, right? So I would say don't lose sleep over it, but maybe put it on your list of videos to get shot and edited for sure.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I would say how important is it? I would say it's not, like you said, I wouldn't say it's super important. I think what is more important is actually making videos that at the end of the video, you very quickly close and send them to another video. Because at the end of the day, a channel trailer really is to show someone what your YouTube channel is about. And typically, no one's finding your YouTube channel trailer first. They're finding a video in search or a video in browse. So if you can get them to click on that video and then to watch another one of your video and another one of your videos, at that point, they already know what your channel's about, and they're probably subscribing if you can actually create bingeable content and create good videos. And so I think that's more important, is actually focusing in on that versus a channel trailer. I think most people don't need a channel trailer when growing a YouTube channel.
Yeah. I want to answer this question. How can we find professional thumbnails? Let me answer this in a few different ways. The first way I want to answer this is, you can find inspiration on professional thumbnails by looking at great videos that are performing really well and just studying those thumbnails, right? And so I would say, number one, just, ask yourself, or tell yourself why you clicked on the thumbnail. If there was a thumbnail that convinced you to click it, just dissect it a little bit, and you'll be able to kind of grow in your knowledge of thumbnails. That's one way you could find quote unquote professional thumbnails. One way to actually make, professional thumbnails would be, we always like to say, Canva is a great free resource. You can literally search the word thumbnail in Canva. I apologize. And look, they just give you a ton of templates, and all you need to do essentially is replace the text and the picture itself. If you don't want to be in the thumbnail, you can go to something like unsplash.com, and this is a free royalty-free site for photography. And so if you type in like laptop, let's say you're doing a software demonstration, you could take this photo, which I believe we've actually used, and then bring this photo into Canva and then do some design around it. And Nolan has a quick little thumbnail hack that he wants to share, though.
Yeah, for sure. So great hacks. Now, maybe you're like, I don't have the time to be making my own thumbnails. You can actually find professional thumbnails on different websites and hire it out. And we've done this for Think Media. And so I'm actually kind of showing you a little behind the scenes sneak peek of a workshop that we do with the people who are in our group coaching at Think Media. But I'm gonna give a little sneak peek because we're on StreamYard, and we wanna make this as valuable as possible. So let's play a quick game. Okay, it's not gonna take long. We're gonna play a quick game, and the game is, and Omar, don't answer if you know, because you might know. But be commenting, people. I want you to guess how much this thumbnail cost us to buy. Okay, are you ready? You're gonna guess how much it cost for us to buy this thumbnail. We paid a contractor. They gave us this thumbnail. How much did this cost? Drop it in the comments down below. I'll kind of wait for those to populate, and we can see what people are thinking. But I'm going to show you how we're getting these thumbnails. I'm going to show you exactly how much we're paying for them on Think Media. We got someone guessing $10. Let's see what else other people are thinking. We got $50, $5, kind of a wide variety here. And we're from $5 to $50. $15, $65, $20, $50, $15. The answer is $16.66. So we paid $16.66 for this. What do you think about this one? How much did we pay for this?
This thumbnail, put it down in the comments. Could it be a different amount?
The truth is, that was also 16. That was the same thumbnail artist. So I kind of tricked you guys. So this is a new thumbnail artist. This one, brand new thumbnail artist. This one costs $5. $5 to make. And I'm gonna explain how you guys can do this. Different niche, okay? Basketball niche. How much did this one cost? Actually, $4. I'm not even lying. It costs
That's wild.
$4. So it's kind of crazy.
Get your
What you
thumbnail
can
made
get,
for a latte.
dude. And it's cool because thumbnails really matter. And so I think an underrated hack is a lot of people should be outsourcing their thumbnails because it literally matters so much. And a lot of people are so bad at it that you should probably pay, you know, even 30, 40, $50 for a good thumbnail. To be fair, with some of those cheaper thumbnails, like we are giving certain direction, but literally what we did is we go on fiverr.com and we haven't used up. I haven't used Upwork to outsource our thumbnails yet, but a lot of people do that as well. And you can look Fiverr.com. You can search for YouTube thumbnail artist, and even in specific niches. So like that basketball one that you saw was a basketball thumbnail artist, like kind of really niche. It was cheaper, and so what you can do is start looking and testing it out. And that's going to save you a bunch of time. And so that's just a hack for you guys. Fun little game to do that. And I think a lot of you probably should be doing that. All right. So we got a lot of questions coming in. And let's start with a couple easy ones before we get into a few of these other ones. But someone asked, Trackside Mike says, speaking of posting, how do you post links on your live? So if you are going on a live stream, I definitely recommend posting your links in the description or even doing a pinned comment and posting your links there. That way people can actually find it and click on the link. As of right now, I believe links and comments. I don't think there's a way to actually make those clickable. So what you want to do is add those to your description, which even if you check this live stream, we have some links and we're going to update with more links after the live stream, but that's going to be the best way to go. Omar, question for you. This person's filmed 2 videos, but they know nothing about editing. Where do they even start? How do you learn editing?
I would say you, step 1, go to youtubeuniversity.com.org. No, I'm just kidding. YouTube.com. Type in video editing for beginners. And I would watch, no self promo, this beginner's guide to editing video. This video is not more about the software itself more than it is the principles. And so before you edit a video, I think it's important that you know the basics, that like the idea of trimming and cutting is very key. Like if you have a mistake in your one take or your one video clip, that you know what it means to just take that part out. And I wouldn't overthink it. At that point, once you take away a little bit of the mistakes, maybe you can add some text based off of watching some tutorials on YouTube. You're ready to go. Export that sucker, upload that thing on YouTube, and get going on to your next 2 videos. But I would say start with just watching a few basic tutorials. Not I would even say not based on a specific editing software, because you just need to wrap your mind around the concepts and principles of editing.
No, that's great. And kind of to go off of that, another kind of follow-up question is, as an amateur who doesn't know how to edit or, have the tools for editing, is it better to record a lot of content, like overshoot stuff, so that might drag it out and just cut it out later? Or is it better to kind of start with some smaller videos under 5 minutes? I personally think if you're just getting started, don't make it harder for yourself and shoot more stuff than you even need. I think you should like write it down and kind of just like a script, just Google Doc, your notes, whatever, write down what the video is about, shoot those topics that you want to cover. And then your job in editing, start with smaller videos. It could be under 5 minutes, and maybe it's 6 minutes total, and you could like cut it down to 4 minutes because it's more interesting and whatever. Then I think that's the best way kind of to get started is by doing that. So as far as editing tools or websites, I think iMovie is free and super powerful if you have a Mac. I know, Omar, you use Premiere Pro. I use Final Cut Pro. At the end of the day, it's like whatever works for you. Find something for free to get started, whether it is iMovie or even DaVinci Resolve has something for free. Edit on your phone. Honestly, there's so many good things these days that you can get started with for free, literally on your phone. And
or
that will
you
even
can
prepare
literally,
you.
you can upload, if you have one video clip, upload it to YouTube, let YouTube process that video, don't release it yet, and then go into the YouTube editor and make cuts. It's pretty sweet that even YouTube at a fairly basic level, you can do some basic editing, which is a free software.
100%. This is interesting topic. So this person's from India. They want to know what are some topics that increase RPM and CPM on our
Great
YouTube videos.
question.
So if you don't know what RPM and CPM is how much advertisers are paying per 1,000 views to put ads in front of your videos. RPM is how much you make, which I think is like it's around the 50% mark, more or less, is what YouTube actually gives you, the creator, once you're monetized. That's RPM. So different topics will make you more money on YouTube. So if you're like, I'm doing this for a business, Omar's talking about clarity. Am I doing this for a hobby? I'm doing this for a business. I want to make a higher RPM. I think the two kind of things to consider is what's the RPM, and then how many people are actually watching this kind of content on YouTube. So for an example, literally I was talking to a guy who has a faceless channel, and he does monday.com tutorials, and it's faceless. And his RPM was $30. His RPM, because there's different advertisers want to be in front of different videos. So like monday.com tutorials, like companies are paying a lot of money to like compete with kind of that project management software and all that kind of stuff. So, business related content where you're talking about passive income, you're talking about how to actually make money. Those are very high RPMs. I don't know if you can think of any more, Omar, but if it's like business related,
anytime it's, I think that's the simple thing. If it's business related, chances are you don't need as big as a following on your YouTube channel to make really good money. I would say like, lifestyle and fashion and beauty is not at the top of that list. It's toward the bottom. I would say tech also isn't crazy, it's okay. But if I mean, I just pulled up this this article that kind of shows 30 YouTube niches with high RPM with CPMs. And you got like at the top of the list, email marketing, insurance, you have real estate, e-commerce software, again, e-commerce, more real estate, online business. So you could see that, even crypto is kind of up there. So if that's something you could speak into, it's not a bad undertaking, knowing that you're actually going to, your work's, it's going to be high RPMs because of your channel. But it all goes back to the niche and knowing what your end goal of your channel is. And so if you need to rewatch the training from earlier in the stream, then go and do so. But yeah, finances, business. But that's crazy. Yeah. Monday.com. Dude, just the idea of like faceless, even faceless tech review videos and unboxings, I think it's underrated. And I feel like we need to low-key start it. Like just have a conveyor belt. That there's like this channel that has like white gloves. I forget what it's called. They just have white gloves. It's ASMR and they're unboxing tech. That's it.
Dang.
No royalty-free, dings or anything.
It's just unboxing videos.
That's it.
Dude, let's go. That's awesome. So hey, we're gonna do one more question, but I do again want to shout out StreamYard. We are on the StreamYard YouTube channel. It's my name is Nolan. This is Omar, and we're from Think Media. So we'd love for you to also hang out with us on our channel. We're gonna leave a link in the description, but we use StreamYard to go live because it is so easy to bring on guests. If I want to just bounce Omar out, I can do that with a click. I want to bring him back in, I can do that with a click. You can go like this. All this stuff is really easy because StreamYard makes it really easy. So you can get your first 2 weeks free if you go to streamwiththink.com. And we're going to answer one, maybe two, if we get a really good last YouTube question in the comments. But to bring Omar back on, we are going to, I wanted to talk about a little bit about where is it here. What is a good camera? Editing and writing tools. We already talked about kind of editing. And so when we talk about like the YouTube studio setup, like camera, lighting, microphones, we have tons of videos on Think Media. But I know, Omar, your camera brands like Nikon, Canon, Sony send you cameras and you get to review them. What kind of cameras right now do you feel like are worth the investment specifically for YouTube creators? Like what are some cameras that you're excited about, that you would just say, hey, you know, maybe look into these?
For sure. I think when it comes to like YouTube talking head or even live stream, essentially stationary videos, you don't plan on moving the camera. I would say the Sony ZV-E10 is a phenomenal camera. It's about an $800 4K camera that shoots great, has incredible autofocus. I am currently using the ZV-E10 right now as we speak for this live stream, and it's phenomenal. I use it for most of my videos that I shoot in my office here. And then if you plan on doing more vlog style content where the camera is going to shake and you need, you know, certain features that actually make that not distracting as a viewer, I would say my personal new favorite vlogging camera of the year is the Nikon Z30. I think I have it like right around here.
The Nikon Z30. So this is Nikon basically, they haven't really gone into the space of like YouTube creation. And so Nikon has come out with this, and I'll pull up some footage too as Omar kind of talks about this. But the Nikon Z30 is a really interesting camera because Nikon has kind of been known more so for photography, and they came out with the Z30, which competes heavily with, you know, the ZV-E10 that Omar's talking about. It's competing with like the Canon M50. It's a really, really interesting camera that Omar, you're doing some videos for on Think Media about it, correct?
Yeah, there's actually one getting edited right now, but this is the Nikon Z30. And the reason why I say this is a phenomenal camera for vlogging is because there is a stabilization feature in here called sport mode. And in most cameras, like whether it's Canon or Sony, when you turn on stabilization, it actually crops in. And when you're vlogging, you want that nice wide shot. Dude, this does have zero crop. So this is like an $800 camera. So if you're looking to do talking head YouTube videos, hands down, I love the ZV-E10, especially when you add in a Sigma 16 millimeter lens like this. However, if you want to do some vlogging, move around, look at the camera, the Nikon Z30. Sorry, I didn't mention Canon. If you're a Canon lover, it's okay though. All the world's gonna be okay.
That's awesome. Yeah, and obviously, literally go on Think Media. We have a bunch of videos on best vlogging camera, the best 4K camera. Like Omar's done tons of videos, and so if you go over there, you can check those out. But I just want to thank everybody for being here live with us. This has been so much fun. I'm going, this is actually our fourth live stream that we've done. I'm going to link the other three that I think you guys should definitely watch. Omar's, we already talked about it. I also cover the perfect video recipe, which goes over in the book, the perfect video recipe, which is like our formula at Think Media for how to get views, how to come up with good ideas, how to start off your videos the right way, do the content, do the transition. I did an entire live stream breaking that entire framework down, and all those live streams are going to be linked in the description, so you guys can check those out. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you guys have a great time. And Omar, any last words that you want to say to the fan, to the stream fan?
Man, I just wanted to say I'm looking forward to the success you'll have on your YouTube channel. Looking back, maybe even just after the fall. Let's just say January 2022. Go after it, and I'm just excited to see if you apply the things that we've taught in these last 4 streams. That I believe you'll see some success, whether it be monetizing your channel because you're selling a product, or you signed up for an affiliate program, or maybe it's actually just starting. Like, hey, check out like my YouTube channel. I actually have videos on it. And so I'm excited to see the success from everyone who watched.
Awesome. Love it. All right, guys. Best of luck with your YouTube channels. I know you guys are going to crush it. We'll see you guys in another video. Peace out.